Hello and welcome to Card Callouts. My name is Sean, and this little series aims to basically just show you guys some cards I think are undervalued that are for those of you on a budget, just some fun cards to include that can create interactions, fun experiences, and just generally help up your Magic game. First card that we have today is going to be a card called Lorcan, Warlock Collector. For 5 colorless, black, you get a legendary devil creature, a 6/6 flyer, so quite a big threat all on its own, but more importantly is that ability that it has. Whenever a creature card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may pay life equal to its mana value. If you do, put it onto the battlefield under your control. It's a Warlock in addition to its other types. And then that second part of that ability is if a Warlock you control would die, exile it instead. So this is actually a very powerful set of effects because what this means is you can take your life total, which is a sometimes underutilized resource in some decks, and be able to turn that into creature advantage and ability advantage, because there are so many powerful enter the battlefields effects, especially in modern Magic, that this card, if it can get anything like an Eternal Witness, Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger is one I've seen that this card has grabbed in the past. Those kinds of creatures can just rapidly change the game in your favor or allow you to get out very key pieces of your deck from your graveyard or elsewhere. And this card allows you to do that for your life total, which is something that as long as you're above 0 life, you're generally okay. So this is a wonderful card for a lot of decks. In particular, there are some decks that I think can really abuse this ability, especially. Probably the #1 type of deck archetype you could do this with would be a Aristocrats deck, obviously, because not only can you get the advantage of having of always being able to create life because you have Zulaport, Cutthroat, and other effects that allow you to gain life, but you also have a reliable way to sacrifice the creatures, which will permanently exile them, get you your advantage, and also ensure that your opponents did not deny those creatures and those resources. For example, one card that came to my mind was Ali, Eternal Pilgrim. Obviously, you want to be at 10 life above your starting life total for that secondary effect of hers with the ability to exile target non-land permanent, but she does allow you to sacrifice creatures. She can gain you a ton of life very quickly, and this card just helps you to, Lorcan just helps you to continuously use that excess life that she'll grant you and turn it into more creatures for her to sacrifice to her and all that wonderful stuff. Another great card or another great commander where I've personally used this card is my Sidry deck, which is a vehicles focused deck in this case. And vehicles have a lot of attack power, and so if the life linking ability from her second ability there, they will often give me a ton of excess life. And so Lorcan I use in that deck as kind of a finisher because he can actually steal a lot of very powerful cards, use up that excess life total of mine, and allow me to then swing out and do more damage with creatures or just, crew vehicles with the creatures I've stolen, that kind of thing. One final card, this is actually brought to my attention by a mate of mine because he's building this commander right now, is Lazav the Mir Mastermind. And if you look at the Lazav's ability and look at Lorcan's ability, they are almost the same ability. So it's wonderful to have this in a Lazav deck because that way you have a high-end card that allows you to effectively have another copy of your commander in your deck, which can be very helpful with some of those cards where Lazav's going to be a target, and this will help you have a backup recursion system. Alrighty. And that is what the first card I have for you today. We'll hopefully be able to start doing this, as I get time to make these videos, and let me know what you think. And if you, especially, more importantly, comment below if you have any other card suggestions. As a new deck builder myself, one of the biggest hurdles I run into sometimes is that there are just so many wonderful cards out there and I don't know about them all. So feel free to share your favorite cards with me below in the comment section. And otherwise, have a wonderful day. Peace out.